Oh my god, bro. I feel like an Arsenal fan right now. Arsenal fan right now, bro. When we have the league at the grasp of our fingertip, we just let it go out of stupidness and then give our rivals a chance, a sniff, a lifeline to come back for the league. Even though our opponents play like complete dog shit, it's still a lifeline, which is too much. Too much. Yep. Barcelona tie 1-1 to Real Betis, basically confirming this season that they have been our bogey team. We haven't been able to beat them away, and now at home. We tied 2-2 the first time after they got a last-minute goal towards the end of the game, and now we tie 1-1 at Montjuic. Oh, man. Very disappointing game. Very disappointing game, but something that was expected with the calendar that we have, with the amount of games that we have. It was kind of expected that at some point this team was going to fall down a little bit, go down a level just because of how tired these players are, right? I made a whole video talking about it like 2 weeks ago, talking about, or last week I should say, of how stressed this next month was going to come. This next month of April was going to be, how this was going to be the real test for Barcelona, considering everything we've been through this season, beating Real Madrid, playing against Bayern Munich, Borussia Dortmund, the Champions League, everything that we've been through this season. This month was the biggest test, not only because we're reaching the final stages for all the trophies, but because of how physically and mentally draining this month would be, with the amount of games that we're playing, especially right after international break. Because my doubts are never going to be on the quality of the team, of the players in general. What Hansi Flick has done with us has given us so much hope to understand that this team is capable of winning the trophies. But obviously, at some point, physically and mentally, it's too much. And today we saw it. Today we honestly saw it. Today was a game where first half we were completely all over Real Betis. We were completely dominating them, where we should have scored 3, 4, 5 easily. And then the second half was, just a major turn downhill. Like, it was nowhere near the same level as what we did in the first half. Let's quickly talk about the lineup. Szczesny in goal. Back lineup: Araujo, Cubarsí, Alejandro Balde, Jules Koundé. Midfield of Frenkie de Jong, Pedri, Gavi, and up top, Lamine Yamal, Lewandowski, and Ferran Torres towards the left. So Rafinha gets the bench today, which for me was a little bit confusing, just because I thought Rafinha, since we're gonna play Champions League on Wednesday, we maybe get some minutes in for Rafinha, because after international break he didn't get any minutes until the game against Girona. No, sorry, against last game. I forgot which last. I'm confused right now. The last game that we played, he came in towards the end, but against Atletico Madrid, he started. I'm tweaking right now, bro. I'm just so stressed right now, man. I'm stressed. But yeah, against Atletico Madrid, obviously he got the minutes, but before that he didn't get any single minutes after international break. So I was expecting him to start this game to get some minutes in, get some more rhythm into his game, because against Atletico Madrid he was nowhere good. Like, he was ass. Like, I gotta be honest. Like, that was probably his worst game in this season. So I was expecting him to come into this game, just again, game rhythm. But he got the bench today for Ferran Torres, which I really don't mind at the same time, because Ferran Torres has been killing it in these last couple games. He's been improving a lot, and today I don't think he had a terrible game, but in general the whole attack weren't amazing. Like, it was more in that first half, it was just a masterclass from the midfield. Like, honestly, like Gavi, Frenkie, and Pedri just pressing, immediately recovering every single ball that Real Betis tried to go and attack when we lost it, and the defensive line as well. They were great too. Like, Real Betis couldn't even breathe until they got that corner kick and got one opportunity, which you could blame Araujo for. He should have probably done better. No, not should have. He should have. Not probably. He should have done better in defending that header, but he let him get away with it, and boom, they tied 1-1 after we got a first goal from Gavi, from a beautiful pass from Ferran Torres, little 1-2 play, and Gavi with a beautiful finish. From there on, like, we scored like 7 minutes in, and I was expecting just another 5-6 goals against Real Betis again, but we let them tie it up, and then from there on it was just a struggle to get another goal. But ultimately in that first half, yet again, like, it was just us completely dominating, and then Real Betis couldn't breathe. Like, they couldn't get out of their own half. They couldn't barely get to their own box. Like, they were just struggling in general. I gotta give them props because they're not one of those teams that completely just bomb the ball forward, clear the ball. Like, they try to play their game. They try to play their 1-2s, try to get out of the press, besides just kicking the ball forward. Like, they tried it, but obviously against Barcelona, you're not going to be able to do it. The high press that we did today was just impossible for them to get to our box easily. I think they're like the only one that was really trying it was Anthony on the right, but at the same time, like, he was just trying to abuse his pace more than actually trying to do some kind of skill or something more to beat our defense. But yeah, like, besides that, Real Betis was just struggling, and we were just creating chance after chance after chance. Lamine, Ferran, Lewa, we had so many opportunities to score in that first half, but we just bottled every single one. And it was frustrating. It was frustrating because going away and into the second half with only a 1-goal advantage when you should have scored 4, 5. It's mentally draining, and it's more an advantage for the other team because they're going to go into the second half with more confidence to be like, all right, let's just do what we did in the first half and now allow them to get anything. Let's just defend, because Real Betis most of the game were defending. They were defending for their lives. They were, playing their whole team back basically, and it was a struggle for sure trying to get opportunities. But in that first half, we should have killed the game off, because going into the second half, we were awful. We didn't create as many anywhere near the chances that we should have compared to the first half. In the first half, like, the clearest chances I can remember were Ferran Torres. Balde gave a great ball to Ferran Torres. We missed it. Lamine had Lewandowski open for a clear cross, and like, you would expect Lamine to make that kind of cross, but he messed it up, and then we didn't score. There's definitely more, but I just can't remember. I think the second half was the clearest one we had in the second half was when Lamine made a pass to, or Pedri made a pass to Jules Koundé, and Jules Koundé with a little cut in, but then he shoots it basically right at the goalkeeper. Like, you could say it's a great save for sure, but at the same time, Koundé just shot it right at the goalkeeper. Like, he didn't really try to go for a tight angle or go for a post, like, where he could have probably scored, but at the same time, I don't really blame him. That's not his game to score goals. But yeah, it was disappointing. Honestly, disappointing, because we should have killed the game off first half. We should have won that game 100%. But again, the players just looked tired in the game. Like, the players, a lot of the players today were just off it. I think the best player today was 100% Gavi. He was 100% deserving of the man of the match, but it was more tired, like, attacking wise, because defensively we were great. Like, we didn't allow Real Betis to do anything. In that second half, they got to our box like once, and then in extra time, they got a little corners like towards the end, but besides that, they couldn't, we didn't allow them to breathe, bro. We didn't allow them to breathe. We didn't allow them to do anything. And then, but at the same time, we didn't take our chances. We got to give props to Betis because they were defending very well, not giving us a lot of, opportunities. Marc Bartra, like the ex-Barcelona player, he put up a great performance today defensively. He was blocking a lot of shots, just not allowing us. He's the captain for them, so he's going to give them, put on more effort, encourage the team even more. And he did that. He did just that, because the main player that was very disappointing for us was Lamine Yamal. Lamine Yamal, this had to be his worst game in a Barcelona shirt up until now. Like, this 100% had to be his worst game. I can't remember any other game where just absolutely nothing was working for him, and defensively he was getting kind of locked up. Like, he got through a couple times, but immediately after, he would just didn't know what to do or didn't have any other idea of what to do. Like, he just couldn't do anything else, because immediately another Betis players was on his ass. Like, he was getting double teamed, and at the same time, when he was only going on a 1v1, the left back, I don't know his name honestly, but he was giving him trouble for sure. Like, he wasn't like messing around with Lamine today, and Lamine definitely struggled today. He tried a lot of passes, he tried a lot of plays, and he messed up every single one today. It was a very disappointing game for Lamine Yamal today. But at the same time, again, with Lamine Yamal, it's hard to use the age excuse, just because he's his talent and the way he plays is just beyond his age. But I could say it as well. Like, he's 17. He's tired, obviously. He's going to need some breaks. He plays every single minute for Barca. He plays every single minute for Spain. Obviously, he's going to get tired. He's going to get fatigued at some point, right? But the moment I thought that we were, not going to get back into this game was when Frankie and Pedri came off, which, in retrospect, when you want the 3 points, it's disappointing to see them get off, because they're the main difference makers, especially Pedri. And But at the same time, we got to think about the games on Wednesday. We got to think about the future games in general. Like, these players look tired. Like, Pedri looked gassed today. He was running his ass off today. He was giving 100%. Frankie was giving 100% everywhere on the pitch as well. Like, the whole midfield in general had a great game. Gavi had a great game. Everyone in the midfield had a great game. Up top, not many of our players had a great game. Lamine, Ferran, Lewa, not many great performances. And then from the back line, everyone, pretty much defensively had a great game. It was just, we weren't clinical enough. We didn't take our chances, and we suffered the result that we suffered today, a 1-1 tie. Literally towards the end of the match, we almost had a late minute winner with Rafinha crossing it into the middle, and it just passes. Like, Fermin doesn't get there on time, and he passes him, and then boom, we don't get the win, unfortunately. But yeah, we dropped 2 points. We only get 1, and now are only 4 points ahead of Real Madrid after they lost and suffered a loss against Valencia today, which, oh man, it just sucks. It sucks because we could have gone 6 points clear. It would have made it much more difficult for them to get back into the game, into the league, and we basically gave them a lifeline today. Do I still think they're going to drop points eventually? Yes, I still think they're not going to win every single match from now on going forward. But at the same time, I wouldn't be 100% confident if later in the season, like towards the end, like, because we have a difficult run of games towards the end. Like, I think I mentioned it in my in that video. I literally specifically talk about what our biggest challenge was going to be for this month. Athletic Club, I think, was our last game. Espanyol, Real Madrid, and Villarreal. So we have 4 difficult matches for our final stretch of the season. So again, I wouldn't be surprised if we drop points, but at the same time, I wouldn't be surprised in any way if Real Madrid drop points. And Atletico, I'm not worried about Atletico. I know they will drop points. But yeah, disappointing result today. Rafinha came on today as well, and he tried it. He put some effort in. Again, besides the last cross towards the end, not much really can say, because we could really say about his performance just make any impact in the game, just because in general Barcelona didn't create enough in that second half when he came on. Do I think he maybe should have started? Probably, yeah, because he probably would have made more of a difference, probably. But at the same time, the amount of chances we missed in that first half was just terrible. Lewa today was pretty much non-existent. We didn't feed him enough, and at the same time, if you don't, like I've said it basically all season about Lewa, if the whole team is not having a good game, he's not going to have a good game. So not much I can say about him. But again, besides that, midfield amazing, defense amazing, but up top, not enough. So yeah, now we're only 4 points ahead of Real Madrid. I think now 7 points ahead of Atletico de Madrid. And I mean, at this point now, all we got to do is just focus on the game on Wednesday against Borussia Dortmund. Just put all our focus in there. Hopefully this doesn't, in any way, mentally hit the players and be like, okay, well, what are we doing now? Like, why are we doing this now of the season? Because when the difference between Real Madrid's loss today and Barcelona's, I consider it a loss, just because when you have the opportunity to go up 6 points, when you have the opportunity to get a good distance away from your rival and you don't do it, I consider it a loss, because like you can't be fumbling these kind of points. You can't be fumbling these kind of things towards crunch time of the season. So I do consider it a loss, but okay, if you say a tie, whatever. But the difference was that Real Madrid put an awful performance against Valencia, while Barcelona just didn't take any of their chances. Like, it was never a game where Red Betis could have gotten away with it, right? It was never a game where Red Betis could have won it, while Valencia had multiple chances to have won that game against Real Madrid. That's the difference, right? Quickly talking about the Real Madrid-Valencia game, to be honest, I didn't see the first half. I couldn't watch the first half. Immediately as I click onto the second half, Vinny scores. And I'm like, what the hell? I saw the replay of the first half. The first goal for Valencia, they scored from a corner kick, okay, and then Vinny missed a pen, and then Vinny gets that little tap in for the goal from the corner kick. But the one thing I saw about that game from Valencia and Real Madrid was the fact that Real Madrid left so much space for Valencia to take advantage of, to score goals, to hit them countless times on the counterattack. It was honestly ridiculous, and it just proves, like, yet again, that all these superstars don't matter if your coach is not having a good setup plan for this team to function as a team and win as a team and work as a team. Because the amount of times that Valencia had open space through the middle, through the defensive line, like, it was ridiculous. Like, if they were playing a better team today, they would have gotten exposed 6-7. I can tell you easily. That's why Barcelona fans are going in with confidence, because if this is how they're playing against a smaller team, imagine a bigger team. They're going to completely expose them. Like, Real Madrid's defense is just terrible. Their midfield, they don't know what they're doing. They don't know how to play as a unit, and they're going to get exposed. I don't know. I want to say against Arsenal, but Arsenal at the same time, you know, aren't kicking it. After I saw them tie today, I'm like, all right, they're done. But then I saw Madrid lose. I'm like, all right, they have a chance. But yeah, Real Madrid's defense, their whole structure as a team is just not it. It's not it at all. But again, who cares about that loss? Like, yeah, it's expected for Real Madrid. You know, like, they lost, they took the L. That was hilarious seeing how they got scored on in the end. You know, a great little play from Valencia, and boom, deserved the win for Valencia for sure, because they put up a good performance against Real Madrid. Their first away win this season, which is incredible. And I think since 2008, they haven't won in the Bernabeu, and now they've done it. So, you know, kudos to them. Kudos to them. They did the job. They got the job done, and, you know, they got the points because they're also fighting relegation. So every single one of these points matters. But yeah, Real Madrid, the same old story. Bad performances, trying to rely on individuals. And again, eventually, like I've said in the past, eventually you're going to get exposed. Eventually, it's not going to work for you. And today was that situation. It didn't work for them against Valencia. But yeah, besides that, Barcelona fumbled. We could have gone 6 points. Yeah, deserved win. Deserved tie for Real Betis. I think they did put up. They did enough to just tie this game and not, you know, walk away with something, because they're also trying to get into the top 4 as much as we're trying to stay up in the league, right? So yeah, kudos to them. Gavi, 100% man of the match for me. And, you know, just be prepared for Wednesday, guys. Like, Wednesday is the main thing. Champions League is the main thing against Borussia Dortmund at home. So let's not disappoint in front of our fans on Wednesday. But I do expect, like, that Barcelona will just, you know, react. But hopefully fatigue is not going to hit them anytime soon. Hopefully, you know, they're recovering well and they get ready, because, you know, they have a good 3 days to recover for that game. So yeah, hopefully it all goes well. Hopefully we compete for the Champions League, get to the final, and then destroy Real Madrid in the final if they somehow get there. But yep, let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Who do you think was your man of the match? Remember, guys, follow me on all my socials. You know, I have them down below. You'll probably see them in the screen somewhere in this video. But yeah, I mostly post on TikTok. I post a lot on TikTok, you know, my game reaction after the game, and then sometimes I give my, you know, prediction and my lineups predictions from before the game. So, you know, tune in for that. But yeah, let me know what you thought about the game in general. Did we fumble it? I think it's pretty much clear that we did. But do you think this is going to be a story now for the rest of the season, or will be, you know, this is just a one-time thing and we're going to be good for the rest of the season? We're going to learn from mistakes and not allow Madrid to come back at all. But yeah, let me know what you guys think and who was your man of the match. I'll see you guys in the next video, whenever that is. Much love and peace.